own Abbas Hussain here from FightHype.com, and I'm here with Dean Whyte. Yes, again, Dean.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm well. Thanks very much.
Every time I see you, you're looking bigger. I'm bigger.
Yeah, fucking putting on too much weight, man.
We're here at the weigh-in for Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman. Let's go through a couple of predictions, how you see fights playing out. Let's talk about the main event first of all. Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman. Talk to me about that. How do you see that fight playing out?
Gorman, it's a very good fight, you know. Technically, Gorman's a very slick fighter for a big guy. He's quite fast. His shot selections is pretty good. I see him starting well, but I see it as if it goes the distance, I could see him winning, but I could see Dubois winning inside the distance. Big, strong guy coming forward, double jab, right hand. That's what he's going to try and do all day, and he's going to try and steamroll him.
And whoever wins this fight, do you see them sort of progressing up and fighting for not elite, not with the elite boys at this present time, but putting themselves into that mix, into the top 15?
These guys are all going to be in contention, but they're just a little bit outside of the mix of the top guys. Right now they've got Warren's got a good wealth of young guys, heavyweights coming through, and they've got to slowly navigate their system and get these guys into good positions. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting fight. Dubois, a lot of power, big, strong guy. And you know what? I think he was standing good stead because the last fight he had was a good fight with that African kid. Yeah. He was hilarious. He was having a go, that kid. You know what I mean? So I think experience-wise, that was invaluable for him, and that would put him in good stead for this fight. He took a good few shots and got buzzed, managed to deal with that and come back and got the win. So I think that will help him. Gorman, from what I see, he's similar, reminds me of a lower level of Andy Ruiz and Joshua, kind of somewhat, a chubbier kind of guy with very good boxing skills, boxing brain, traveller, been boxing for a long time. So if you look at that, the experiences, he's got a lot of experience. So come tomorrow night, man, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of good fights on the card,
And obviously the sort of main undercard, or whatever you want to call it, is Joyce versus Brian Jennings. A lot of people I'm talking to saying maybe Joyce sort of jumped the gun a little bit quite quickly because Brian Jennings is a serious opponent.
I just said that to that gentleman over there on Boxing Social. I said, listen, that as a manager is very adventurous. I wouldn't have done that. Listen, he's been in there with the likes of Klitschko, Oscar Rivas, Ortiz. He's got a wealth, but you know what? They might be an ingenious move because he seems to be on the wander a little bit. He's had a few losses recently, So potentially, it could be that they've picked him at the right time. And this guy's called the Juggernaut for a reason. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw punches and bunches and just keep punching until he stops the guy or until the rest stops the guy. But let's see what Brian Jennings turns up.
What do you make of Joyce as a fighter? A lot of people have different opinions on him, but what's your sort of thoughts on Joyce?
What I look at Joyce is he's a big, strong guy. He's got a good engine. Obviously, everyone talks about the engine. Yet we haven't seen him go like 12 rounds. But from what I've seen, he's a very good athlete. He's still got a lot of work to do technically. He's got a very good chin. He's a bit too open, but that's why he's went to Adam Booth, and they're trying to work on that stuff. So let's see, man. Joyce he's a local boy. He's from the Manor. Funny enough, he's not like one of the Mandem or anything, but he's from the Manor. So and every time I see him, he's more than welcoming. So for me, I hope he does well. You know what I mean?
So talk to me about. So give me your prediction on that fight. How do you see that fight playing out?
If we're looking at the experience, it's all with Jennings. He's got very good boxing brain. Listen, he's got stopped by Oscar Rivas recently. So if he's a real fighting man, he wants to come and do the best he can and try and get himself back in the mix. And he wants to be taking out the likes of Joyce. Not being funny, because you've got the experience. You went and fought Vladimir Klitschko and went the distance. So if you're looking at that, really he should be dealing with this guy. But then when you're looking at Joyce, he's the young man, or he's not too young, but he's in terms of he's a novice in the experience of professionalism. And Joyce wants to be the guy that says, I'm the guy with the hunger and desire. You know what I'm saying? I want to take out this guy with the experience and show people where I am and what I'm capable of doing. Because if I can stop him, Vladimir couldn't stop him. That kind of thing. So it's the flip of the coin on the two spectrums of both of these guys and where they see themselves at.
Then talking about that, we know that they're trying to push Joyce to that world level. We know your brother Dylan Whyte's at that level. He's within the top 4 or 5 names that you pick. Where does Joe let me ask you then, does Joe come close to that level?
No. I can't see Joe at that level just yet. Not just yet. I think the way he's moving, he's gonna push on quite fast, you know. But at the minute, I don't really see him at that level just yet. You know, if he beats this guy, he's not going to be too far because look, Oscar Rivas just beat this guy. So, you know, that's mixing in that kind of level. But I'd like to see Joe Joyce fight, you know, possibly, I don't know, maybe Povetkin and see how he does. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants to mix it at that, like, you got to beat those guys, which are just behind. If you beat that guy, then you're really up there with these guys. So let's see. But the only thing, Povetkin's a very dangerous guy, as we saw against Anthony Joshua, and he pushed Joshua to the limit, hit him with some peach of a shots. And Joe Joyce is a little bit more easier than Joshua. I know they both get caught. A lot of heavyweights get caught. People say that all the time. It's heavyweight boxing. They're not the most fastest, but you know what I mean? It's boxing. You're not going to go to the pool and not get wet. So you're going to get hit. People talk about the heavyweights are more likely to get hit, you know, in terms of, or some of them try and stick behind the jab. But in that one, I think Povetkin, he's a devastating left hooker. For me, Joe Joyce, his hands are a little bit too low. He's easy to hit. Even Bermain Stavern was hitting him with some peach of a shots, but he's got a hell of a chin, you know.